Yo, hello and welcome to another episode of the End to End Football Podcast. And then there was two. Sean, I know how you're doing already, but I'll just ask anyway. How are you doing?
It's been an absolutely splendid weekend, mate. So I'm doing just dandy right now.
One of them, innit? Huh?
One of them.
I know the feeling, boy. Tell you that, boy. I know the feeling. It's been a lovely weekend still.
Telling you.
It's been a lovely weekend, boy. Anyway, we'll get into that. We'll get into that, boy. But Man City versus Liverpool, or Liverpool versus Man City. I was watching the Classico, so I missed the first half. I joined in on the second half. Take it away. How did you see the game?
Boy, you know what? Very entertaining game. But also a game, if you're a Liverpool fan, you would have been doing your nothing. Because there's sometimes in the game, I thought, even when we was 1-0 up, and I will get to that, the opportunities where people, instead of squaring the ball, they want to take it on and be the hero. Why? You're not putting the team forward first. You're putting yourself first. And my God, before I go further into that, let's go into the game now. City had a goal disallowed because of shirt pulling. It was a foul. Don't care what anybody says, it's a foul. And if they don't get called back for the shirt pull, Alisson's got the ball in his hands while he was on the floor, and Haaland's kicked it out of his hands. So if that's not disallowed, then there's something wrong with VAR, isn't it? Goal gets disallowed. Pep goes absolutely berserk. What to do, mate? You knew it was coming anyway.
But before we get into the intricacies, yeah, what did you think when you saw the lineup? Your lineup.
My oh boy.
I said, boy.
You know, when I saw the lineup, you know what? The main thing was Milner playing right back. I thought he was gonna be a problem. I mean, see Van Dijk and Gomez. I've seen them plenty in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they'll do a job. It ain't been solid as of yet, but yeah.
Well, they will back the clock yesterday, innit? Or yesterday.
Oh, 100%. They're thinking, why couldn't you play like this at the beginning of the season, bro? Why? We wouldn't have lost to Arsenal, wouldn't have lost to United.
Boy.
It's crazy, bro. But hopefully this is a turning point in our season. Remember, I said it to you. Hopefully, after we beat Rangers 7-1, I think hopefully they can turn this into something on Sunday. And it just...
You know, I did say last time on this pod, when we was doing our predictions, that, what's it called? I just had a sneaky feeling that Liverpool were gonna win. The Anfield crowd was gonna be pumped up. The players gonna, these kind of games. Listen, facing Newcastle at home, it's not the same as facing Man City. The manager doesn't even need to tell them nothing in terms of working hard. You're playing Man City. Yeah. They're gonna work hard anyway. They're not gonna be walking around just slacking or not taking the team seriously. They are gonna take them seriously. So motivation wise, the game motivates itself. It's more tactically, and tactically is where I think Klopp, who for me, he's made some weird decisions this season. Certain games where the subs just didn't make no sense. There's a couple of things he was doing which was a bit funny, even in the Arsenal game. But this game, he got everything spot on. And man like Pep didn't react. You know what I mean? And it went, and he didn't. What subs did he make? Did he make a sub? I can't remember now.
Who, Pep?
Yeah.
Pep, he did make a sub. He brought on Alvarez.
Oh yeah, that was it. And that was dead as well.
Yeah, he brought on Alvarez. That's when he was just going for it. And I think that's what he made. He took off Gungadin and brought on Alvarez.
Listen here, I've criticized Grealish on this pod. You know what I mean, for his cutting back constantly and not really doing nothing. But the last few times I've seen him play for City, he's actually been doing kind of half decent. I thought it was going to be Grealish on the left, Foden on the right, obviously Haaland up front, yeah. But it seemed to be Foden on the left with Bernardo Silva holding his hand. And then you had Cancelo right wing almost, or right wing back, with De Bruyne holding his hand. That made no sense to me because that just told me, yeah, that basically, you know, I'm not even going to do too much agendas this week, yeah, because I could really get into my agenda bag and this pod will go left. This pod will go left, you know what I mean? But there's certain man, you know, there's certain Belgian man, yeah, that are spoken about next to man that they shouldn't be spoken about, innit? You know what I mean? But that's as far as I'll say, innit? Them man there, they just whippers, innit? They go on the right and just whip it, and hope for the best, innit? But bro, dominate a midfield, innit? Run the game, big man, yeah. Show me that you're this midfielder that these men make you out to be. But I don't see it, blood. I just see a Donny that runs and crosses, blood. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, you know. He's a cold player. I'm not gonna discredit him too much, but my eyes are on you, big man. My eyes are on you. Do more in it. Do more. But basically, what I was saying there was, you know what? This is gonna sound mad, but they reminded me of United. Actually, it's funny enough, the two Manchester teams are doing kind of a similar thing. Every time they got the ball, they were forcing passes into Haaland, or trying to force a pass into Haaland, or as United, it would be Ronaldo, and missing simple passes that are next to them, yeah, or delaying a pass because the first thought is, get the ball. Where's Haaland? I can't get to him. All right, now let me now do this. But then at this level, you got to move quick. You know what I mean? You ain't got time to be just looking after one guy. You know what I mean? Like, you know, play your normal football.
You know what? They it's like they were scared to play because they made quite a few mistakes, and it's not the City that I've seen, not the City that I've seen wallop teams 6-3s and all them other score lines. They just weren't with it.
But then this is when I get my imaginary magnifying glass out, yeah? All right, we had the 6-3 United, yeah, they got cooked, right? The first half anyway. Then they made all those changes, yeah? Besides that match, what game have Man City just cooked and been comfortable this season?
Who else?
I would say Bournemouth. Is it Bournemouth or Southampton at home? Southampton at home. I don't know if they played Bournemouth yet, but I'm sure they would have been comfortable. When I think of the other games, they have kind of gone to hell and back with teams, yeah? Even with Crystal Palace, they're 2-0 down. Do you know what I mean? With Newcastle,
yeah, they were 3-1 down there.
Yeah, they struggled. They kind of struggled in that game, yeah?
Yeah, but I think after them 2 draws there, I don't think they really went to hell and back.
Nah, but I don't think they've cooked. I don't think there's any game where they haven't been beat. I think, do you know what it is, yeah? They're good going forward, but I feel like they're not, you know, normally they'll dominate the ball to the point where the other team ain't got a chance. Whereas this season, you got a chance. Every game I've watched them, there have been chances for the other team. Even United in that 6, you know what I mean, that 6-3. Yeah, that's the whole reason it was 6-3. I mean, yeah, they made the changes, but even before that, there was chances for United, but United are just dead, isn't it? So, I mean, that's another story. We'll get onto them, man, later. But I don't know, man. This Man City team, yeah, they're the best team in the league. Let's not get it twisted.
They're not unbeatable, though.
But exactly, they're not unbeatable, and they're not as good as what people are saying. You know what I mean? Especially when we're talking about, you know, everyone's saying they're gonna walk the league and all this kind of stuff. I don't know, man. You know what I mean? I don't think they're gonna walk the league. I think they'll win, but it ain't gonna be just some coasting business. You know what I'm saying? Because they are gettable. I think they're a little bit dodgy at the back. Yeah, people were gassing up Akanji. Yeah, he had a couple of performances, and man were talking like he's the business, yeah. But Noodles came on, and he was doing the Noodles thing, but he was ghosting past him. Before he would do the nonsense pass at the end, or the rubbish shot, yeah, he was flying past my man. He was twisting him up. He was so glad of that guy's technique and decision making, because it would have been a whole lot worse for Akanji, because Akanji was getting twisted. I don't want to hear, because I saw a couple of the fans online, some of the Man City fans. You know what I mean? All these fans get excited and they start talking about these guys. Oh yeah, we got deep squad. The Kanji, he's come in and he's just walked, bruv. Man failed the Anfield test, didn't it? The man they had him ice skating in Anfield over there. Ice skating. Yeah. It was long. It was absolutely long for him. I don't want to hear it.
100%.
Do you know what I mean?
100%.
Like, yeah, you guys are cooking, but like you said earlier, I think your final passes, your decision making was a bit poor, which is why it was a game where it was back and forth, but I think you could have won 2-0. Do you know what I mean?
I think we could have won more than that. We could have won more than that.
If you're more decisive, I mean the save that Edison done from Salah.
You had to slip it to the side.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Slip it to the side.
There was a bit of main character syndrome going on over at LFC, boy. Everyone trying to be the main man in that. You know what I mean? Put the team first, innit?
Nunes is another one. Nunes is another one. Imagine we're 1-0 up here, 3-on-1. And instead of slide, you could have slid it to Gavalio, who could have slid it to Salah.
Mm-hmm.
Bruv, instead of sliding it through, he went to try and dribble and take a shot. And you know what made it worse? He did not even get it on target. You know, if we had drawn that game, I would have been calling to get this man out of the club. Because I was vexed. I was thinking, bruv, come on. I understand you're the striker, but you have to put the team first. If that's Firmino, dear, he's sliding you through. Because he'll put the team first instead of his own personal goals.
Mm.
Donut.
Do you know what it is with that guy? Yeah? It's like he's got the chaos factor. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. What I mean by the chaos factor is he causes problems when he gets on the pitch.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? His runs and just him, you know what I mean? All the nonsense he's doing, yeah. Because sometimes, when Jota is playing, some of the other guys are playing, the defense is kind of comfortable. He comes on and people are uncomfortable. I'll give him that. People are uncomfortable when he's on that pitch. You know what I mean? He's making runs, he's doing all the stuff. It's unfortunately, like you said, but the final pass and sometimes the shot, the decision making is atrocious. But he's one guy that if he could somehow get that finishing on what's it called, on point, he could turn into something, or he would just be another team of earners. You know what I mean? Just getting into good positions and just missing chances and being foolishness. you know what I'm saying?
I'll give him time still. I'll give him a bit of time. Give him a bit more time.
I know you got patience for him. I've already written him off, but we're not gonna go into that today, boys. We ain't got time for that. But let me just quickly get to this area. Cancelo. This week's player L. Yeah. And we just have to remind people, here we go. Wolves just scored. And it's the baby old Donny himself as well, boy. Man like Adama. Oh, my days. Lord have mercy. Anyway. We'll get to Cancelo. I mean, Cancelo gets away with murder, playing for Man City. Gets away with murder, yeah. All the attention has been on Trent and his deficiencies this season, yeah. And for me, rightfully so. I mean, we saw what you boys done without him on the pitch. It was pretty solid. I mean, he came on. He didn't do too bad when he came on. But Cancelo ain't that much better. I don't even think he's better defensively. I think he's the same as Trent. Do you know what I mean?
Going forward, they're brilliant.
Yeah. Going forward, they're good. But then Cancelo doesn't get the same heat that Trent does. But he's washed defensively. He gets cooked, bruv. What Mo Salah done to him on that goal, yeah? I mean, that's a goal that Sam Allardyce was watching that just pleased. You know what I mean? A kick from the keeper, you know what I mean? Bypassed the whole thing. Boom. But the way he got spun out of this world, yeah, by Mo Salah. I mean, Mo Salah, as the title said, yeah, he looked at Haaland and said, big man, have manners in my house, innit? Do you know what I mean? I know you want to come into this league.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You want to come into this league and start bagging goals, but you're not doing it on my head top and my ground, big man. You know what I mean? Yeah. Even VVD was like, big man, relax, innit? Like, relax,
small boy.
Relax. You know what I mean? That game showed the limitations of Erling Haaland. I mean, a brilliant player, a brilliant finisher, but I think people are getting a bit carried away. You know what I mean? I'm hearing like, yo, they should definitely win the Champions League now. Like, big man, you people need to cool it, innit? You people are just getting excited. What? Because he got a hat-trick against Crystal Palace. Allow it. Simmer down. Simmer down, bro. There's still work to do. But he got pocketed. But anyway, this week's player L, that goes to Cancelo, boy. Horrible performance.
Epic fail. You are one pathetic loser.
And Akanji, I'm watching you as well, boy. You're lucky. You're lucky Noodles was messing up here because it was you that was getting cooked when Noodles was messing up the final pass. You don't think I wasn't watching, boy? Some people are starting to talk about this Akanji like he's some big guy in the game. Nah, bruv. This is the Premier League. Relax. Relax. He was getting cooked.
And see, another thing is the whole Bernardo Silva pulling away at Salah. And the linesman's right there, so Klopp's gone berserk because I was going berserk. I was thinking, bro, why are you not calling that as a foul? The man was hanging off his neck.
Bro, and this is the problem here with that game. And like I said, and this almost goes back to what I was saying last week with your game against Arsenal, yeah, where these referees have no consistency. And people start to expect nonsense to be allowed, right?
Yeah.
So this week is Man City fans saying, oh, yeah, the referee was allowing fouls, so therefore he should have allowed the Fabinho, whatever, the Haaland and Fabinho foul to go for the goal, right? But no, bruv. Just because the referee is making mistakes doesn't mean that this is now the new norm. That was a foul. And that's what I said with the Gabriel handball. I said, it's not a handball. Just because these men have been making mistakes, it doesn't mean that now this should be also a handball. Do you get what I mean? These referees have no consistency. Zero consistency. This is why Klopp, and I feel sorry for Klopp, you know what I mean? Because it was absolutely understandable for him to go berserk. I mean, your player to get pulled down and the linesman is right there. Yeah, what is he doing? What is he doing?
Shocking. It was shocking. The man, listen, he tried to pull him, couldn't do it, and he's literally hanging off the man as he's running. And you ain't called nothing. It's like, what? What is going on? Yeah, if they had scored, I would have been absolutely raging. Oh my days.
Yeah, it's madness. It's madness. But let's go to bigger picture stuff. Yeah, I said on this podcast last week that not that I was expecting a win, but I said I wouldn't be surprised if Liverpool get a dub. Do you know what I mean? And therefore, I'm not really that convinced yet. I need to see what you man do next week or whenever the next game that you play.
West Ham.
I want to see how you perform in that game. You know, if you go there and get a decent result, a decent performance, then I'll say, you know what, you've turned the tide in. But you go there and get a draw or lose, then again Liverpool. It will be a paper over the cracks thing, as I said. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, it's and I've seen this. Listen, that's what Madrid. I've got experience of this. Yeah, we will go and beat Barcelona and then lose to, Elche the next game. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it happens. It happens. You know what I mean? You can gas yourself up for a big game, and then fall back into bad habits in some of the other games. But your injuries, man. Jota's out now for until the World Cup.
I don't even know because I was trying to look at that today. I couldn't see anything on it.
I saw them. Apparently Klopp confirmed it in his press conference. He said that, yeah, he's out. He's out. He's going to miss the World Cup anyway. What's it? Konate, he was supposed to start on the weekend, and then
he was injured.
Yeah, but he was injured before, and he just came back, and now he's injured again.
Back, yeah. Him and Matip are both out.
Yeah, that. yeah.
Do you know what?
Your doctors are working overtime. You know, I mean, they should get sacked. Actually, not working overtime. They should be getting sacked. You need a whole new medical team.
Yeah, I'm telling you, there's something going wrong over there because you can't have this much injuries. It's absolutely outrageous, mate.
Mm-hmm.
Every week is something new. When Jota went down and I saw him not get back, I said, "Oh, here we go," because he's never a little boy injury neither. It's never a light knock.
At some point, you have to look at to say there must be
the training or something else. Yeah, because you are maybe working them too hard in training because boy. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, no, it's a bit mad. But you know what? Yeah, the league needed this though. You need the Man City.
100%.
You need the Man City to just be pulled down a little bit. Do you know what I mean?
Back
Arsenal's
down to
time will
earth,
come. Do you know what I mean? Arsenal, their time will come at some point. But you know what I mean? I don't really mind Arsenal doing too well right now because we know what's going on. But these men needed it. They needed a little bit of a pullback. Do you know what I mean? Because people are getting a bit too excited. About they're gonna walk here and whatever. It's not that easy, innit? It ain't easy. You know what I mean? It ain't easy. But anyway, let's quickly move on, boy. Speaking about not easy, boy. Ten Hag's boys, Manchester United at home to Newcastle. I mean, Newcastle, I think they've got the second best
defensive record, yeah,
in the league. We've already spoken about how they gave Man City some trouble. They gave you man some trouble, and you man had to win last minute or something, against them or whatever.
Yeah, 96 minutes, I think it was we won.
Yeah, 96 minutes. Obviously, not an easy team to face. I mean, well organized.
Nah, they're playing well, Newcastle.
Yeah, they're playing
team that you just. It's a team where you go to their ground or you go to play them, and that's not easy 3 points. You're going to hell and back for them points.
Absolutely, but then Man United at home, bro. Bro. Yeah, that performance here, like they had more. Man United actually had most of the possession. Newcastle, I think, had about 2 good chances in that whole game.
Yeah.
But again, we're seeing a pattern of toothlessness from Man United. Then they had to rely on a McTominay last-minute winner against Omonia in the Europa League, yeah. And this game, these men are much better than Omonia and that. But what, you might need McTominay again? McTominay suspended for this game, so what? They missed McTominay. Is that what you needed?
Boy.
CR37 was on the pitch. Couldn't hit a barn door.
We had 2 disallowed, didn't it?
Yeah. But one of them was ridiculous. They took it off the keeper like some nonsense.
Oh, he said he touched it. He touched it, innit?
Yeah.
And the man was raging with the referee. What you mean? He touched it.
That's how you do, man. It's desperate. So desperate. Maybe he thought if he gets that goal, the Ballon d'Or votes will change or something. I don't know. Last minute. I don't know. Guys deluded, bro. But their worst performer for me is the pastor. Man like Fred. He was horrible. That was one of the worst performances I have ever seen from him. And he's had some howlers in the past year. But this, wow. And do you know what you understand? It was Casemiro, Fred, and Bruno. Now in my head, I'm thinking Bruno is playing number 10. He's going to be the one close to the box, getting onto chances or trying to slip that last minute pass, whatever.
You mean
but it seemed to be Fred.
Distance.
It seemed to be Fred. It seemed like Fred was further up, the furthest of the 3. All the chances were falling to him, and he was just doing a mazzoline. Absolute mazzoline, yeah? And then there's 2 penalty shouts that they're crying about. There's one penalty shout, I didn't see it, so I'm not going to comment on that, on the one of the United ones. There's one on Ronaldo, which looked like he was on his way down, but it looked kind of booky, though, because the defender did look like he hit him. I don't know about that one, but I've seen those given. But there's one that Varane did, which to me was a penalty. We should have been a penalty for Newcastle. So, I don't think they've got grounds to be crying about refs. I think he evened himself out.
Nah, but the Sancho one, that should have been a pen as well, because he's been. Yeah. You know what it is?
Yeah, that's the one. The Sancho one, penalty. But I think the Varane on the other
he oversold that one. So good. I'm glad you didn't get it. It should have been a pen, but you oversold it.
I said you put too much sauce on that one. Yeah. Man put too much sauce on.
He wanted an Oscar for that. He put too much on it.
Yeah. No, I hear that. And then the Varane one as well. I think he should have given away a penalty there. But I'm saying all this about Fred for a reason, because this week's manager was Ten Hag. Now I know some of the people are gonna say, "What? How? Man United, this, that, and the other. We didn't even lose." Shut up, innit? Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth, yeah. Because how are you drawing 0-0 at home? This is costly. You got Tottenham next. Tottenham won. Yeah. If you got any dreams of top four, or being in the top four race, these are crucial points, yeah. And your manager made one sub. One sub. Yeah. Where's the ambition? You got Fred missing hella sitters. Yeah. You got a man named Zidane on the bench. The name man Zidane. You got a man like Elanga, yeah? You know what I mean? Pace and that. Come on, man. You have to do something. Do you know what I mean? This is the, United way. Yeah? The Sir Alex Ferguson way, yeah, where they go for it. Yeah, some of the hardcore United fans, they say, like, you know what, we don't mind if we lose a game if we're really going for it, going for the winner, and then we get hit on the break. It's the United way. What's happened to that, boy? This guy is looking like some Jose in disguise, bruv. It was really good. You're playing on the counter attack. The attack is not really attacking. You're looking kind of solid defensively. It's looking kind of Jose-ish over there still, I'm not gonna lie. But anyway, boy, you get this week's manager L for me, just for not making changes. One sub when you're wanting, you have to win the game. I don't care who's on the bench. You team players, whatever.
Pick them. He picked them to go to the bench.
Exactly. That Argentinian, whatever his name is, Garnacho, put him on, bruv. Elanga, put him on. You know what I mean? Change something. You never know. You never know. You know what I mean? It could be another Makeda moment. You know them ones.
Yeah, I'm glad it's not. I'm glad it's not.
Yeah, I mean, but like to just sit there, and this is something that people that know Ten Hag have known about him. People that I've watched anyway, the Ajax people, they say that he's very stubborn. When they talk about his flaws, his stubbornness and his unwillingness to make changes, you must learn that from Pep. They move the same, but it is what it is, isn't it? That's why you get this week's manager elbow. Hold that.
Epic fail. You are one pathetic loser.
Boy, he is what he is. Anyway, let's move on to top of the tree, boy. Top of the table, Arsenal. 4 points clear now. You done them a favor. Like that.
Yeah.
They had to go to hell and back for that dub, boy. Wow. That's probably their worst performance of the season. No problem. That is their worst performance of the season. Because even when they lost to United, I thought they actually played okay. But this game,
that was harsh. The Man United game was harsh, innit?
Yeah.
But as you said, they went to hell and back. There were some players that struggled in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Saliba being one of them, he struggled big time, bruv.
Saliba ice skating on the pitch. Gabriel doing Gabriel things. You know what I mean? Like, they just got rattled by Leeds, right? The Leeds even missed a penalty.
Yeah, they sight Brentford out of that, boy.
This was one of them ones here where, like, some people say, this is the performance of champions, get a dub when you're not playing well, but I hear that, but this one is kind of like you go away with it though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I can, like when Tottenham got that draw, that lucky draw at Chelsea. You're like, you know what? They kind of battled for that still. With luck, obviously, and the referees is not doing the job with man pulling hair and all that. But same goes for this one, man. These man just got away with it. They just got away with it, man.
They got away with it, but you know what? It was a brilliant goal by Saka.
Jeez. Oh, absolutely, man.
The ball from Odegaard and the way he just rocketed it into the net. I was like, if he could do that more on a regular basis, man. I think the league would have a problem.
You know what I mean? If Odegaard can do also that on a regular basis, boy, because sometimes it's a bit too passive, but that's another one of my agendas, boy. I'll let that one rest in it. Let them man there chill on top of the table, in it. But you know what I mean? Big big win for Arsenal. But for Arsenal, every win is important, innit? Because you don't know how long this form is gonna last. So boy, you just have to maximize it. You know what I mean? Whilst it's still going, just ride it, innit? You know what I mean?
What do you think about the whole Gabriel situation when he got the red card and
I don't think it was a red card though for me. Well, he's a bozo, but you know that goes without saying. But you know, it's not a red card. But I don't understand Gabriel, you know, because he's always had the error. But last season he was their best defender, and he was a lot more reliable than what's going on here. It's like Saliba has come next to him and like
taking his powers.
Yeah, bro. Or like, oh, is Saliba that good that we're starting to see that this guy's an idiot, or has he just dropped his level? I don't understand what's going on. I honestly don't understand what's going on, but yeah, man, it is what it is. But you know what? Another thing I don't buy into now is when I'm hearing people say like, oh yeah, you know, Arsenal, they'll fall off when they get injuries or whatever. But it's like, when everyone gets injuries, they're gonna fall off, though, innit? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what does that mean? You know, I don't know if that's an excuse, really. You know, when January comes, if they don't back the manager, they're not a serious football club. Do you know what I mean? Because they find themselves now in a jackpot lottery situation. You have to maximize this position. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's either you go for it or you settle for either a top 6 finish.
This is it. I think this next transfer window for Arsenal will really tell
what their owners are on.
Exactly. It will tell what the owners are on. Because, you know, serious owners will see this opportunity and say, okay, we've got a chance to do something here. Let's give the manager the best chance. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, bring in some reinforcements.
Yeah, to get the job done. Do you know what I mean? Because again, you know, you look at it, you know, Partey gets injured, Jesus gets injured, he's looking long. And you know, even beyond that, even if Martinelli gets injured, man, like, you know what I mean? Smith Rowe, yeah, he's good, but he ain't Martinelli what Martinelli is doing right now. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. Again, like I said, any team, most teams, if your key man get injured, you know, it's political. But I think there's certain positions for Arsenal. Partey, for me, is probably the number one position that needs something. Because the Partey and drop down to a Lokonga situation is long. That's long. That's absolutely long. That can't run, but it is what it is, boy. What else we got anyway? But I'm tired of talking about Arsenal.
I think Gerrad he's in big problems. He's lost too much.
What's that thing he said before the game that they should come here and smack us or something? He said something about Gerrad. He said before the Chelsea game. Said that this is a team that should be coming in here. This is a Champions League winning team. They should be coming in here and battering us, or some weird thing that he said. And I'm like, bro, I know it's true, but big man, like, you're the manager.
You're supposed to be motivating the players, brother.
Like, what does that do before or after the game? What does it actually do coming from you? Like, you know what I mean? I don't understand what message you're sending out to the players. But again, you know, it's one of the funny things, yeah, where beginning of the season, I was like, you know what, Lampard's probably the first manager to get the hell out of here. Do you know what I mean? I was like, yeah, Lampard is donezo, boy. You know what I mean? Gerrad, he came in last season. He was all looking nice. The owners backed him. Do you know what I mean? Time. They backed him big time. Coutinho, you know, what's he called? Diego Carlos, all these next man, like, I think Digne. I know that's from last season, but still, you know what I mean? He was backed. This is a poor start to the season, man.
But you know what?
Horrendous.
It's poor, but in this game, Mings let him down big time. Big man.
But again,
what was that clearance, bruv?
You see, Mings here is an utter bozo, but at the same time, it's like he came and beefed Mings. Remember? He came, took away the captaincy from Mings, said, yo, you're a bozo, you're a side man, whole bench, yeah? Things went left. Players got injured, and then now you have to bring him back into the team. That is naive management. Do you know what I'm saying? From Gerrad there. He's coming on the bad man thing like he's still on the pitch for Liverpool as captain and that. You know what I mean? He's really badding up the players. But, bro, you're the manager now. It's different. It's like when Ten Hag, I know we gave him the L, but he didn't just come in and say, "Yo, Maguire, you're a bozo. Give me the captaincy." You know what I mean? Hold bench, yeah. You kind of let him out there and let him do the foolishness and got himself out the team without actually disrupting the sort of vibes or whatever. I just think that was poor man management. But again, Mings and this guy, he's in the England squad.
Yeah. This is it. This is it. This is it. This is why I'm saying what I'm saying.
What?
This is why I'm saying what I'm saying.
Can you imagine the England back line? Maguire, Shaw, Mings. Hey, nah, if they play a back four of Trent, Maguire,
man said
Shaw,
Trent, you know.
Mings, yeah. Oh, because James is injured, isn't it? Imagine Trent, Maguire, Shaw, Mings as a back four. Yo, that is a long. That is long. Yeah, Liverpool.
Mate.
There's a Liverpool that England will be in absolute trouble. But yo, is Kepa doing a comeback, big man? Yo,
he was out. Some of the saves I saw my pull off, I was like, no, is that Kepa?
Yo,
the head, you know what? There's one he saved like 3 of them in a row, yeah. But you know the one that I was most like shocked about that he saved was the header, because he rocketed that header at him, and the man jumped in and clawed it back.
Yeah, and then he's already good with his feet. And it's funny that managers always tend to have their keeper. You know, I mean, not having no time, but it happens quite a lot. Klopp came in and said, "Yo, Mignolet, whatever, all these man, yo, big man, get out of here." Do you know what I mean? Then he got his guy in Alisson. Man,
no.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
He had to weed that one out, because remember, he had the big man there.
Who's that?
Karius.
No, but this is what I'm saying though. Like he's had to deal with some duds, yeah, before he got his guy that is like, "Yo, this is my guy." Then you got Pep, Claudio Bravo, let me start there. Joe Hart got him the hell out of it. He didn't give Joe Hart a chance.
He didn't give. Yeah, he
said, "Get out, man."
Big man. I don't want to see you.
He said, "Yo, get out of here. I don't even want to see this nonsense here." Then he brought that Claudio Bravo. Yo, he had a man in the Prem, boy, Claudio Bravo. He did not cope. They eventually got his Edison. So now you're looking at Potter. He's looked at Mendy and said, "Big man, I don't really like what your feet are doing still." You know what I mean?
Look at him shaky back there, big man.
Yeah. It's like every time you got the ball, it's looking like you're trying to do the Zonto or something. Like, "Yo, big man, get out of here."
Yeah,
he brought in Kepa, and Kepa is working for him for the style of play that Chelsea actually kind of watchable now. This wasn't really a good performance. I think like you said already, both goals were just handed to them. You know what I mean? They just got 2 absolute gifts, but the football from Chelsea is starting to become a little bit more bearable to watch now with Potter in charge. You know what I mean? Because that Tuchel ball, that was not for me, boy. Some of the worst. That was games,
boring.
Some of the worst games when they played not Liverpool. They played Man City. Man City versus Man City versus Chelsea. Oh, that's one of the most boring games in the Prem, and for the big teams. Dry. I'll put you to sleep. You know what I mean? The only reason Tottenham isn't that boring is just because they got the spice in the rivalry. There's always somebody going to get sent off or some madness happening. But yeah, man, it is what it is.
The free kick, I think the keeper should have done a bit better, but it's gone in, innit?
This is what I'm saying. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like 2 kind of these gifts. Mason Mount is kind of, you know what I mean? Mason Mount likes a new manager bouncing. I swear every time a new manager Chelsea comes, Mason Mount
he starts working with goals.
Yeah, you know what I mean? His performance goes up. It's like he knows how to seduce the new manager. Like, yeah, I'm gonna come in. You know what I mean? Get on the manager's good
side. Playing with him, rubbing their hair.
You know what I mean? Yo, I'm watching you, Mason. I'm watching you, blood, because we've seen this before, bro. You know what I mean? New manager comes in, your performance goes up. You know what I mean? A year into it, man start becoming anonymous again, I think Sterling is kind of, I know it's a bit harsh because he hit the post and that with the bar, but I don't know, man. It's like he's kind of gone backwards in this situation. I don't know if it's because Reece James wasn't playing because he was playing too much on the right. Not really convinced with that situation, you know what I mean? But again, he is what
I don't think the Chelsea move. I don't know.
It doesn't convince me.
Not of yet.
It doesn't convince me. Like I said already, man. I think stylistically, Arsenal should have been the team you go. So I think you would have fared much better Arsenal with the way they play. Chelsea, I don't know about that, but you know what I mean. I know it's a bit harsh, but I'll say it anyway. But it's a bit like, I mean, João Felix, bro. Everyone said João Felix Atletico. They're like, what are you doing in this team, bro? You and this team just don't mix, bro. Your football and the way these men play just doesn't mix. But obviously with Potter over there, you should think logically you should get better. But so far, I'm not.
Yeah, give them both time, innit?
Exactly. What other games were? What else we got? I mean, my boys, there's not much to say about it. I mean, they're losing right now. But it was absolutely boring 0-0 against Leicester. I don't know if I can even say Leicester should have won that game, but because they created two decent chances, two very good chances we should have scored. Didn't. We didn't create much. Obviously, their fans are calling for their owner to sack Brendan Rodgers, but the owner, the fans should know he ain't sacking him because he didn't buy no one. This guy don't want to spend no money, so he knows if he sacks him, he's going to spend peas. So they're stuck.
Big time.
To hold up.
I think, what do you expect the man to do? You sold the players.
Mm-hmm.
You've brought in no one. And you want the man to perform miracles. If you lot don't get relegated, that man should win the manager of the year.
And they've just got a bunch of players that want to leave anyway.
But this is it.
Tielemans, he was twerking for Arsenal, innit?
Yeah.
Twerking for Arsenal, you know what I mean? You can wait to go to Arsenal, yeah? Even Maddison wanted to go. You know what I mean? Madison probably got, well. Madison probably got, I think Madison's actually got a few options still.
Madison's a good player. I like Madison.
Exactly. Madison, for me, I'll watch him and I think this guy's playing for a move. Just let him stay like he's playing to get the hell out of here. Like they don't want to be there. Even that Daka, bro. You know what I mean? Someone will snap him up as well. Because he's pretty decent. But yeah, man, I don't know, man. It just looks like a disjointed team of players that don't want to be there anymore, or players that have been there too long. They either been there too long or don't want to be there anymore. And the manager that couldn't be asked because he wasn't backed, and the owner that's too cheap to sack the manager. It's a mess. It's an absolute mess.
Yeah, if they don't go down, I'll be surprised.
Yeah, but that would be a disaster. I remember winning the league only a few years ago to relegation and that.
Yeah, but then I just don't know why. Like, if you don't want to back the team, sell the club, because the fans invest their time into it. You understand? I understand you want it as a business, but you're disappointing the fans. You need to invest in players to improve your team. You sell all the players, you don't bring no one in, and you expect the man to perform miracles. It's not going to happen.
Where's the Fofana money gone then? He just yamming the peas, bro. That's it.
Fofana, Schmeichel went.
He's having a mayor in France as well. But anyway, that's another. That's another thing. Anyway, them Abu Diabis are killing him over there. Yo, them Cisses and Diarras were cooking him over there. He wishes he was back. He was back in the Foxes, where he's long for him. But yo, it is what it is. But yeah, man. What else have we got, man? What else we got?
There was a Fulham and Bournemouth 2-2. Spurs 2-0 over Everton.
That's a good result for Spurs. Huh? Of course, Spurs are the kind of funny team that would just go and draw that game. You know?
No, not with Everton. No way. I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything less, bro. Nah, I didn't see anything less than a win for Spurs.
Nah, I've seen Spurs just do foolishness. Like, yo, they should cook these men at home and then just do a nonsense draw, bro.
Nah. Who else was there?
This is the most points Spurs have had, isn't it? The beginning of the season. No one's really talking about them, but do you know what I mean? They're actually doing quietly. Quietly, they're just putting the points on the table.
You know what? They're just grinding out 1-0 wins, 2-0 wins.
It's not impressive. You don't look nice, but
nah.
Yo, the points count the same, innit? Like, you know what I mean?
This is it.
Yeah, that's a boy. You kind of gotta, you know what I mean, keep an eye out for them, but take them seriously. What else we got? So what's the worst time? Was it a draw as well?
Yeah, that was a 2-2, I think it was. No, 1-1. Them and Southampton.
Well, that's a poor result for West Ham then. Drawing the Southampton, that's not a good result, right?
Yeah, but Southampton, I think they'll take it because they're not doing too good themselves.
Yeah, but Hassan Hutu, but that guy's got 9 lives, but not 900 lives, but I don't know how that guy, bro. You know what I mean? He's always on the brink, and then he turns it around. Then he's on the brink again. You know, it's just a mad cycle. That guy's mad. That's absolutely mad. But yeah, man, what else you got?
Wolves 1-0 over Forest. And the other one was Brentford beating Brighton 2-0.
No, I actually watched that game, actually.
Yeah, 2 Ivan Toney goals.
Yeah, man. That was kind of Brighton, old Brighton, but just playing decent but not really creating nothing and missing chances. And then Brentford were just clinical away.
It's a typical game, Brighton, you know that.
The Ivan Toney. I saw Jamie Carragher that talking to him after the thing, like, oh yeah, they should at least take you into the England squad just in case of penalties and that. I was like, you might never learn your lessons. You know, what happened last time you man put people on for penalties at the end? You know what I mean? Huh? People ended up missing in that. You might never learn either. But anyway, it is what it is, man. But yeah, man, what's that? Is that the Prem done?
Yes, that's it.
Cool, man. Cool, man. Yeah, anyway, but I'm gonna do a 1 minute El Clasico. Yeah, you man, yeah. Barcelona. Hold that. Yeah. Hold that. Bare levers being pulled, you know. I never even knew this is an economic term. Levers. First time I heard about it. You know what I mean? Just selling assets, yeah, to fund transfers and that. Man on the brink of Europa. Come into El Clasico. 3-1 comfortable dub. It's looking very long for Xavi out there, boy. Say man are calling him the Spanish Oli and that. Say man just bring his brethrens and that, huh? Man brought back Dani Alves. And, you know what I mean, huh? Adama and all these old boys and that, you know what I mean? Trying to bring back Messi. Man's trying to bring the gang back. Like,
man says Spanish Oli.
Yo, that's what the streets are telling me, boy. You know, like that. That's what the streets are telling me, cuz you know what I mean?
That is wild.
It's bruv. It is though. And you know the maddest thing, yeah? To do vibes at Barcelona is mad, yeah, because the blueprint is there, bruv. Any manager should walk into Barcelona, yeah, and you know how they're supposed to play. You know what I mean?
Especially a man like Xavi.
Exactly, that's played there. 4-4-3, high line, keep the ball, possession football, whatever, you know what I mean? All that kind of stuff, yeah? They've played this for decades, bro. We know how they play football, yeah? But this is the most crosses Barcelona do. Like, you know what I mean, into the box. This is the most direct Barcelona play. Like, bro, they're doing some... Hey, is that man like Eze, yeah? Yeah, man. Hey, see, when the Barca slander starts, yeah, see how just good things start to happen. Like, yo, it's lovely, you know? But yeah, but yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, those clowns, yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, they're so... You know what's hilarious? And this guy actually played for Liverpool, I think. Luis Garcia, I don't know if you remember him.
Yeah, of course.
From your dark ages. Yeah. Man like Luis Garcia, yeah. He was a good player though, Luis Garcia. He played for Atletico. and Barcelona. I have latched onto this thing. I haven't saved the picture, yeah. Before the league started, they made predictions for La Liga, yeah. Just take a wild guess. Who we had 1, 2, and 3.
Barca first, Atletico second, Real Madrid third.
Bro, after winning the league and the Champions League, yeah, man put us third, bro. You know what the first thing I done? What's it called? I typed in ESPN. I wanted to see because I know he's on there. He's on ESPN chatting. I went straight to his thing, but I want to see what he's got to say for himself. Listen to my man. Well, you know, they signed a lot of players. They're talking about Barcelona. Signed a lot of players, you know what I mean? You know, a lot of young players. You know, you can't expect to bring all these guys in and in 6 months, everything to just go, you know, this thing. I'm thinking,
But you predicted them to finish first.
I say, big man, but you predicted them to finish first. Clearly, you thought it was going to all just work together. Lewandowski, all these man, yeah? Because these man, yeah, have won almost every game in La Liga, but they ain't played nobody, apart from Sevilla. But Sevilla are dead now, so I don't even count them anyway, because they've been sacked the manager. They're dead. Every game this season, they've played against not even a good team, bro. Just a half-decent team, yeah? 2 games against Inter, draw, loss. 1 game against Bayern Munich, loss. 1 game against Madrid, loss. Yeah, those are the 4 hard games they've had. Lost.
And lost all of them.
All of them, or drew 1 of them. They should have lost that one anyway. Rubbish. You know what I mean? I don't want to hear about these guys again. People need to relax. You know what I mean? Getting seduced by a man like Rafinha.
Mm-hmm.
That made no sense. It don't make no sense.
What was his thing he said?
Oh, he said that we're the leaders, but Madrid should be scared of us. And if anyone should be scared, they should be scared of us. I'm thinking, big man, you've never won a trophy in your life, bro.
Never even played in the Classico neither, bro.
Huh? And you're just there wassing, yeah? And you put a disaster class to on top of that. And the funny thing is, this is when, you know, when the clubs are in crisis, and like I said, I have experience of crisis. I know this. You know, we signed Royston Drenthe and them, man. Yeah, I know what crisis looks like, yeah? Dembele last season, when he was playing on the right, wonderful. What did they do? They signed a right winger. Why? So now you move Dembele to the left where he's not that comfortable. That Ansu kid that's never fit, but when he's fit, he's actually pretty good. That should be their front line. Ansu, Lewandowski, Dembele on the right. But because you spend this unnecessary peas on my man, you're now just doing, you know what I mean? All this foolishness, shuffling about for no reason. Because when that kid came on the left, they looked much better. That's when they scored their 1 goal. But long may the politics continue, boy. I love to see it, but I'll end it on that, boy, before I carry on about these clowns. We move. Wonderful weekend, lads. Absolutely wonderful weekend. You know what I mean? Huh? That's how you beat your rivals, innit? You know, like that.
And you know what it is, Kudo? It's even better because we didn't have that other claim waxing lyrical about how United got robbed or whatever. Not.
Oh, come on. Shameless FC over there, boy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If Martial was fit, would have been winning the league. Nah, bro.
He's not. It's that, innit?
It is what it is. Anyway, boys, that is pretty much it. Well, anyway, guys and girls, that's pretty much it. We'll catch you again next week. Later.
Bye.